Hello, hello, friends of Komodo platform. Hello, pirates, friends of Pirate Chain. I'm E. Giuliano. All you friends of crypto price charts, technical analysis, all you friends of staying healthy, wealthy, and wise. Welcome. Come on in. I'm going to share the screen because we're going to look at some price charts for the BTC. We'll look at KMD. We'll really focus as well with the Pirate Chain. Wow, I'm here to share the screen. Hope you're doing well. Yep, what is going on here? We're back with some getaurox terminal. It's working fine, just fine. Now, I have a video recorded of a bit more of the monthly time frame for Pirate Chain. So be sure to watch that. That might be coming out later. It'll have a bit of prior information. We'll see. If I get most ideas out in this one, then I might decide to just leave behind that previous video and let it be in the memory hole. Okay, so what's happening here? We are in the BTC price chart, daily price chart. Weekly candles are about to close in about 3 hours. Okay, here we are. We're looking decent, but now this daily candle is losing steam. It was presenting higher in the mid 48s now. Now we are at the low 48s, and you know, that is what it is. What's going on here? Oh, I must have some sort of setting set that I don't like. Okay. Anyway, I think that maybe it's a magnet that I have. No, whatever. Okay, not gonna bother. I don't care right now. I'm just going to cancel this. Okay, so we're gonna do what we're gonna do. So here we are, and we have this candle happening on the daily. We're going to cross the 200 above the 100. Sorry, the 120-day moving average above the 200-day moving average. So that's bullish, and yeah, we're above the highest support resistance line that we had drawn. But now we are here, fitting to fight with this level. Okay, so that's it on the weekly time frame. It's an engulfing candle. It's looking good. It bodes well for the coming time. It could mean sideways action, or it could mean further higher action. We are looking good overall. There's been an interesting move in the MACD, so maybe that means we're going to be getting into one of the higher versions. We'd like a higher version. That would be good, rather than, let's say, a lower version, right? But doesn't look like we're going to red just yet. We'll see though. This is a weekly time frame on the BTC. Yeah, it's looking good. No real major concern or thought other than that. All right, all good. On the daily, once again, it looks like we're in a good position. Definitely in a good position, but by the minute here, this candle is weakening. We do have 3 more hours. So I will say, depending where this candle lands, we might need to come back down and test, like we said previously, either this 46 levels or even down into the 45,000 Satoshis level, down towards this 44.5 level. But really, we want to stay above this. We want the 20 to break the 200, stay above all of that. So that'll be the test, really. Okay, so don't be surprised if we come back down, if that's what it ends up needing to do over the next few days. But let's see, really, it's the question is, how is the weekly candle going to close? And I think it's going to engulf this one here. We got to stay above the 747, roughly 47,300, okay, 47,300. And currently the price has dropped into the 47,800 level. So yeah, hey, we'll see. Let's go down a little more closely to the 4-hour price chart. Oh, okay, looks like we're done a move here. This could be the end of this whole move here from bottom to top, or we could be just correcting for one more. Looks like we're potentially done for a little bit, and let's come back down. Look for the low 47s to hold. Otherwise, we're going to get caught up in more sideways action with a range of probably about 45 to 47. Yeah, something similar to here, this type of range between these two lines. Okay, if we break down below this line here of 47, then we potentially range. But coming up by the 8th of October, we got an increasing Ichimoku cloud. So let's see, try and hold all of this action and then move higher. There's also the potential that this is just intermediate and we're making our way higher to the 51,000 level. Okay. However, we are showing that there was a bit of divergence. So in that sense, we might be needing to play that out right now bearishly to the downside. Okay, that's BTC for the short term. You know, it's this beginning of the week might look like that, or maybe some sort of sideways action. Already KMD down below $1, was trying to hover above $1, but the BTC weakness is not boding well. On the KMD BTC, it's looking decent. We'll just quickly jump into that one before we head to the pirate chain, but still struggling to get over this downtrending resistance line here. Okay, we're wicking all the way up into the 2200 Satoshi level, but still weak. So is it just going to be down some red, or can we make it beyond this line and then try and shoot for new ground? Okay, that's that for the KMD and the BTC. We're definitely ready at some point to try and make it into the positive momentum territory. All right. Come back to the USDT well, just taking a look at the USDT. I'm going to give a bit of a target here. So, because we were requested, thanks for all your comments. And okay, so what's going on? Looks like we need to try and get into that positive momentum. We'll see if that happens. Okay, let's lower this down. Okay. So what are we doing here? We're taking a couple of moves, Fibonacci, and trying to confluence them. So firstly, we have this downtrending resistance. We were making our way above it. On the daily, it looks like we're breaking it. So anyway, we're going into positive places, but we're still below this uptrending previously support, now resistance. That's okay. We're in a good position overall, hovering above this type of price level here, and that's okay for now. Now, one thing to consider is the retracement of this whole move down. So we're looking for, let's say, 61.8% as a minimum, and that's at about the $3 level. Okay, and then 1-to-1 would bring us to 4.5, but beyond the 61.8, we'd look for a 1.382 and potentially even a 1.618. Those would be excellent. So like $6.21, $7.19, so about the $6 or $7 level. Okay, for those levels. So $3, $6, and $7. Something major would be back to the 11, the all-time high previously. Well, I'm not going to go into that. We don't have all the price data here, so we can't really speak to all that. Okay, because I don't even know if that's all-time high. I might be mistaken in the dollar terms. Okay, so that's the idea there. And then we take a confluence of an extension from the bottom and this moves to the top. And let's see, imagining that we might be stopping here, where would we go if we had a 1-to-1 or some other rating? So a 1-to-1 would be somewhere similar to 75, so near the 61.8, and then a 1.618 would be near the 1.382 level, which is about 585. So yeah, I mean, those are the basic two levels there. So that's that for the KMD USDT idea. On the weekly time frame, the candle, we were looking pretty even and matching. We'll see where it closes. We'll come back with a video on that one, okay? Another next video. All right, that's KMD USDT. You got your levels. Okay, I think overall we're doing well though. Things are looking good. Okay, so we take a shorter term. Our BTC. We're flattening here. We're finding our support. Nothing special on the MACD. In fact, could be dumping further down. We're not in anywhere safe. We're just basing here. It could be for the next downturn because we're making lower lows than previous September lows here of the 21 and the 6th September timeframe. but it is angling down and around. So, but we're making lower lows, right? That's the idea on the 4 hour. So at some point it's got to pop, but this is a 4 hour. We might still need a bit more time. On the daily, it's nothing special. We might again be looking to, either we're going to increase and go positive momentum, or we're going to have a problem. None of this is relevant. Okay, so we are definitely narrowing here. So something's going to happen. Okay, something's going to happen, and it's either a pop up or dump down, and we could go either way based on the indicators. You know, the RSI could be our friend here, has room to go. The MACD could pop higher, but anyway, we'll take a look on the, whoops. Yeah, we know this. FACID never shows dialogue again. Get out of our face. Okay, so let's look at the CoinEx exchange data, 5,100 Satoshis. Yes, yesterday I drew these couple more of these downtrending regression lines, and it just shows that we're really at an area based on previous resistance areas that confluence with price level where it is right now. Okay, really triangulating down into this, wedging, squeezing into this area, and we're at such an important area. If we break down on this zone, maybe this price action here can be the next support. Okay, but on a weekly time frame, so on a daily, that we would have to hope that that holds, and maybe in a weekly that wicks down there, because on a weekly time frame, we're really at the cliff, and from this level here down to the next support type of level, we're looking at about 80% of decline from these levels. So on a weekly time frame, that's huge. So I'm seeing the potential for the positive momentum to return more with the green candles. I'm not saying it's going to be huge moves up. My concern is that this weekly candle, well, it's got a nice wick down here, you know, and it's a higher low than these lows. But we would just want to hang out here on the weekly, and then next week we want to just, even if we go sideways, whatever, just hold this line, because the main idea of yesterday's video was the below there, it's just empty space all the way down. The only thing we have going for us is, like I said, on the daily time frame, this level here, roughly, okay, because if you even notice that that the price has played in here before, you know, and also even all the way up to here, which is higher. This level of 13th April is higher than we are now. It was trading intraday around the 5,700 Satoshi level. Like, that was a huge spike, part of a correction. So there is up and down price action within this type of zone here. So we could get some support here if that's what it has to do. If that's what the price decides to do in terms of the down dump, then this is our only hope for some support on a daily level. Otherwise, that weekly, now what are we looking like on a daily? More close up. Yeah, again, it's wedging, triangulating. Could go either way. Bias is to the upside. Bias is to the upside. Low, higher low. Let's go for higher low. High, a little bit higher high. Let's see what we can do. Even if it's a lower high and it starts sidewaysing, whatever. Let's see what that ends up being. Yeah, So we're looking for the daily to start squeezing Bollinger Bands. Yeah, I know we have a lot going on the screen right now. We have the Bollinger Bands here. We want to make it up to 20 period moving average around 5,500. And then we're trying to challenge the downtrending resistance line, which is from here. This is the main one for now. Once we can get above that one, as spoken about prior in previous video, then we're above the downtrending regression resistance line here, and we can start considering this whole accumulation zone as coming towards its completion. And the other option is that it dumps down further and we're getting it's a redistribution. So we'll see. Anyway, things are looking good. RSI is looking good. I mean, it can go higher and then eventually it'll pop into overbought, but this chunk here is looking nice. Low, higher, low, higher, low, high, higher, high. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, overall, things looking good on this pirate chain price chart. We're at a confluence here in the price, looking to jump above these two downtrending lines 1 and 2 from over that where they play around over here. And so in the next day or two or the week, next week, we'll get around there. We can get rid of those. We'll still be in this channeling type of zone. Again, everything seems pretty arbitrary, but does have its play in the way we look at it here. Okay. All right. So definitely a good accumulation zone, or on the contrary wise, ready for another dump down into this level here, and that would be a huge need to support. Biases to the upside, not to the downside. Anything is possible. None is financial advice. That's your BTC. And now we take some targets, USDT. Let's do that. USDT is a bit different at the wave structure here. We're on the weekly time frame, looking good overall compared to the previous. So I like this action. Hopefully this holds here and we can get higher, but overall it's looking strong enough. You know, you had your major correction down from the highs here trading at roughly $17, $18 down to about $1.50, $1.45 down there. It's like you're losing your 90% of value if you're doing it from absolute value. But if we're doing relative value here, retracements, I'll just take body to body, we're about 75, 80% retraced. Wick to wick, we're going a decent amount of retracement here, probably 85 to 90. Yeah, it's a significant amount because it came from 30 cents. So it's almost the same as losing that whole absolute value. So that's in that retracement. Now, as we have found the floor here, it seems we're making the way higher. It's looking good, and we can start to, let's enable, where's the stack? Don't have a stack. Okay, we'll get you back. Channel this way, something like that. Okay, so here we are, we're back within this channel. What would happen if this is the third wave of a 5-wave pattern? Okay, we've done these things before, but it always helps to check again. So it'll be an extension of the one about wow, it's a really big extension. Okay, so we're like beyond 2618 type of extension. We're into the 3618 type of extension. So that's a huge extension. The 5, can we expect it to be as big? Well, we would compare it to the 361 to the third wave. So let's go extending the third wave. Okay, let's say we go to there. And so the 618, the 1-to-1, wouldn't go 1-to-1. Like the best bet here is $17, okay, in the near term. The next best bet, could we say this next best bet? If the fifth wave is, because what I'm starting to see is the potential for the fifth wave to be the extended wave and to be more subdivided. It just depends what it's what's gonna actually happen. I don't think we're getting up to $49,000, and $925 is quite a big deal. I mean, a 1-to-1 wouldn't make sense because then we'd be the same as this. That would be 79. So those are some ideas of targets that you might use with Fibonacci. Let's bring it to a daily price chart for this one. So we'll get rid of this for now. And we'll say we're taking, let's say we take the 1 and the 3. So a 61.8 brings us to $30. I mean, that could be a fair move, like 61.8% of the first and third wave distance. So from bottom to top here, that could be reasonable. You know, a $30 price with this 61.8 relationship. Yeah, and that was similar to, if we take the extension here of the third wave, roughly, boom. Yeah, that was similar to that 78.6. Anyway, yeah, nothing is guaranteed, none is financial advice, but here's a way to consider this level. Like if we're comparing the whole thing. Now here's another way to consider it. I'll come back actually with more Fibonacci relationships on the Pirate Chain USDT price chart. I think that'll be more helpful. We'll go through some of it. All right, that'll be fun. I think I'm going to leave it there. We got a $30 way to get some $30, which is to go. I'll review that again with you. We take it, we take the whole move, and we say, okay, 61.8, that move is about $30, and a 1-to-1 is a good $200 for Pirate Chain. So there's your, you know, if your fifth wave is the subdivided and extended wave, then it could go 1-to-1 with this whole thing. Okay, and if not, if it's less, then maybe a 61.8. Okay, that's it for now. That's your ARRR/USDT, and I'll come back with some Fibonacci ideas with that. Okay, here we are. BTC is hovering around the 47,900 to the 48,000-ish USD price. Okay, goodbye everyone. Until next time, cheerio.